Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our World War II in the Pacific multiplayer game. Late June, that's where we are, late June. So we are in, it was the best of times, it was the worst of times. We have defeated, well, we haven't defeated, but we have struck a major blow to the Americans, but we have had a major blow struck against us by the English in Indonesia. Okay. So first things first, I think I want to do my recon. I need to make a point of doing my recon missions right off the bat, just so I can like have more information as I'm making all my moves. I'll be sending that paratrooper out in a second. And of course, this destroyer coming to make the rounds. It's a big wide ocean, and we might be missing a submarine or two, but hey, we gotta try to find who we can. I think we sent the other destroyer to the Pacific. Okay. Let's do some more maritime. I'm gonna spy over here towards Midway. Alright. Trying to see if the Americans or their allies, the British, are making any moves, but it appears that they are not. Let's have you dart back over, spy on Midway real quick, see what's going on here. Several GIs, artillery flak, maritime patrol, and a Warhawk. So a bit of a force. I'm gonna have this other submarine kind of, I'll have you come more over here, because I want to have this submarine kind of spying on Midway, and I want to have this other submarine spying on Pearl Harbor. So I'm gonna have you come eastward. Alright, so we do still have a few battleships, and this cruiser's just nearly dead. We're building our well this turn. Finally reconnecting our oil. So we got that connected. We need to really just be our workers getting oil built as much as possible. I think I want to make a railroad here. Rather than like coming up here, make a railroad on this tile, and this tile, I could just circumnavigate all those tiles by coming onto this hill. So I don't think damage per turn will affect my worker, but we'll find out. Okay. Yeah, so, so let me go over the event log first while I'm doing this. Yeah, so, I looked at this save earlier before I'm doing my turn right now. We did lose our military here, and our vassal military, and it was a disaster here in the Malay Peninsula is what I'm saying. That's what I mean when I say it's the best of times, it's the worst of times. Everyone was lost. Yeah. We lost a lot. What else went down? We shot down the Commonwealth bomber squadron, looks like. But then they came in and took out our paratrooper here. And then retook the city. Which I don't know if that's... I'm super upset about that. There's a submarine here. Where is our destroyer? I'm gonna have this. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're unhealthy now. What happened to make you unhealthy? I think we finished like a factory or something. Anyway, I'm gonna have this destroyer come on over here and hopefully catch this submarine here in. Over here. Where are you? He didn't get in and get out in time, did he? Where is this submarine? Where did he go? So he came in here this deep and got out. I guess he's like, he must be over here somewhere. He's not far. That's frustrating. Anyways. Okay, let's start with some good news, huh? Not start with some. Let's get some good things going, because I want to invade the Aleutian Islands. And this probably seems like a freebie. So we're going to come over here. Oh! We're going to take out this maritime patrol aircraft. Alright, so let's get our other transport into position. Boom, 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 boom. Sailing over. And we're dropping off garrisons, because our garrisons will be watching these cities. So here we go. Oh! What? Oh my god. Garrisons can't take cities? That is news to me. Is there a way to test this? Hold on. Good God. I don't know how that happened. Where's a garrison? So he just can't... I guess... I don't see the tagline, can only defend. Which is why I'm confused. Oh, here it is. Can only defend. Oh my god. We gotta get the hell out of here. Now he's gonna reinforce this island. This is... I thought I had one good thing to show for this turn. He's gonna see my transport here. Okay. Yeah, I wish it had popped up here, can only defend, but I should have checked my Civilpedia, I suppose. So let's try to maybe not get spotted by the maritime and just come here. And we're going to come on down here. We're going to pick up... I'll get a couple of infantry over here in time. And we'll hopefully be able to take those islands. But I feel like they're going to spy my transports and... be able to reinforce it. That's a shame. Okay, well, be like that sometimes. So I'm gonna keep this submarine in the area, just to like spy on their, to see if they reinforce it with an actual garrison. Because if they do reinforce with actual garrison, I'm not even gonna bother. Alright, keep you here. Alright, so let's do something down here. There's this transport with half health because we can't seem to sink a single ship inside of a harbor. We're going to have our submarine come over here, who's healing. He's going to come finish off this transport. So I don't have to expend one of the movements of my cruiser, or one of the attacks of my cruiser or destroyer. So, boom. Easy win, and we're going to come on back here so we can get this submarine healed. Meanwhile, I do, like, so when I see there's 4 units in this city. I wonder how they got 4 units here when there was only 2 transports involved. And I'm assuming they airlifted 1. Maybe they drafted. I don't know. I'm just confused. Anyways, I would like to be able to just kind of hit these units. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna come over here with this, because also I might like. We're in a position where I feel like I could maybe make a move on Sydney, because I was considering invading Australia, but like maybe invading one of these northern towns. But I'm kind of thinking like we have the Navy in the general area to probably come down here and probably make a landing in one of these cities. Be a couple turns. So we have 2 transports here, good to go. Not to mention this transport here. So we could kind of just come here and inflict some casualties, which I don't mind. Kill this anti-tank Um, yeah, kill some of these units. So let me come over here and see what we have in Port Moresby. So the Americans are here. I don't see... I mean, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Liberty ship is their transport, except they can carry 2 units. But I don't see any actual naval units. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? I only see 4 land units defending this. The cavalry, artillery, American GI, and then another American GI. We could come in here and perhaps do some bombing raids. No flax. I might do that. We gotta take some risks. And if I do that, I might consider kind of keeping a few warships in all of these tiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. So their Liberty ships cannot escape. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and there's another American GI I didn't count at the top. So 3 GIs, artillery, and a cavalry. So it'd be a couple turns at least before we can take it. Because I don't think we're having the best of luck sinking transports in harbor, unfortunately. Let me come back to this. Let me think about this while I do the rest of my turn. Let's make a decision for technology. I think I'm going to start teching armored flight decks because that unlocks the next iteration of the Zero, which has another strength and 3 more range. So hopefully we can start, and it's a bit more expensive, but I think that's worth it with the extra range. Not to mention the upgraded torpedo bomber and dive bomber. Yeah, so I think this will be good for us. Armored flight decks. Alright, yeah, so I'm going to come back to over here. Let me figure out everything over here. I don't think this particular city is unoccupied. Range of 9. So we can't come land in Australia. That's just too far away. But I want to keep you on interception. We've got to keep this oil well intact. But this guy, yeah, we can have you come do a recon here. So there is a garrison here. But we have a number of bombers in the area, don't we? Of course, we have a couple somewhere, right? I swore I had more bombers than just that one. Okay, well, I suppose not. Regardless, I don't think paratroopers can paradrop and make an attack on the same turn. So... no, I guess I don't have any bombers that can hit there, huh? Oh well. What do I want to have you do? It would be nice if I can take over this city just cause. Okay, let me move to something that I'm more confident in, and that's taking this Chinese city. Okay. So I'm gonna want to move this force here. Oh yeah, we're gonna walk over their capital here. I'm gonna move this force here. So next turn I can cross the river, and the next turn I can take their capital of Chungking. And so they're gonna have to get rid of their Warhawks pretty quickly if they don't want to lose them. So I'll skip your turn. This other force, yeah, let's see if we can take this city right now. I'm gonna probably want to hit it with some bombers to do a little bit of collateral damage. Okay, yeah, let's do that. So if we're looking to attack it, 61. These interceptors aren't on interception mode. So let me try to attack the unit here. So we were intercepted by another fighter, so I think we're clear to send in some bombers here. So let's do just that. Where's our bombers here? We got one here, so let's inflict some collateral damage. Boom. Now what are we looking at for 62? Yeah, it's still not great. I want to hit him with at least another bomber. Here we are. Let's hit him with another bomber. 10% damage. 90%. That's more like it. Who has 90? The tank? Let's hit him with the tank. Yeah, wasn't even hurt. It wasn't even hurt. Let's not use you again. I think with you, let's send a infantry. There we go. And let's finish the job off with one more infantry. Nice. Excellent. So it bought us a lot more tiles over here. Good. I'm gonna just let this let this Chinese infantry walk off this fort. I'm assuming he's gonna do that next turn. He's gonna find himself quickly behind the front lines. And you know, let me see. I think we could probably continue our advance and move on to this lumber mill this turn with most of our stack. So, I'll come keep the cavalry here, and probably the tanks. And maybe, well, I want to move up with the artillery. I guess we don't need the artillery if we have bombers in the area. Yeah, let me just, move up with all these guys. And, I'm going to pull some guys forward from Changsha. Yeah, here we go. From Changsha. Changsha should be... Oh. Yeah, should be secure here. I will keep one medic here, and then the other two I'll move up. Because it looks like they only have road tiles around here, which allows you to move 3 tiles, right? So 1, 2, 3, like... Except for these two guys. Well, I guess they could attack me from this direction. Whatever. I'm not really worried about counterattack, especially with my tanks and them having strength 14 infantry. So we're gonna move up here. The cavalry and the tanks I'm keeping one more turn here because they have 2 movements, so they can move up next turn easily. We got a good force here that I do want to probably start moving into the Burma front, because I think we got the Chinese front covered, because we've done some recon and we've seen that they're pretty much going to fall apart. We just need to walk into all these cities. It'll take time, but we can walk in there. So with that being said, let's yeah. Our workers are making railroads, but I would like them to also come over here, eventually make railroads over here. I guess it's faster just to come here and not end on a road than it is to just continue on roads all along here on the south, which is interesting. 1, 2. Okay. I think I'll... I don't understand why it's doing that. I'm just going to come here, because I don't want to end my movement here. Okay, so with that, we have every single tile improved on mainland Japan. And good God, I thought we could pick up the workers with these transports, but we can't. So I don't know what to do with these workers for the next few turns. Just have them make random railroads. With this huge stack of doom, let's see. Send you. We'll keep 2 garrisons here. Yeah, here we go. Alright, so we have a number of forces here. Kind of want to reinforce my front in New Guinea. This is pretty, like, it's pretty long supply lines to get people from my production base over here to New Guinea. Especially when we don't have transports available right now. So I think I'm going to reinforce New Guinea over here. Let me think about that until, like I said. Meanwhile, I'm going to keep this spy here just until we have a submarine or something that can transport them to, you'll see, Pearl Harbor or something. We want to get railroad on this coal to help our corporation get more access to coal. Same here. Training more garrisons. You know what? Actually, this garrison can protect the city because I want to free up these 2 infantry to go on the offensive. So we'll do just that. Alright, Mitsubishi Executive. So the Mitsubishi Corporation gives production with the resources. So this is one that I kind of want to spread to all my military production cities. Now that we have, well, this is a city I was training zeros in, so I'm going to resume my production of zeros here in a moment. But this Mitsubishi guy, we're going to be coming up here, and we put military academies in a lot of these northern Manchurian cities. So let's come spread Mitsubishi over here. This is our worker training city because we can never have enough workers. Okay, we got that coal up. We're protecting our worker here. Meanwhile, this other worker... Looks like we have a couple of fighters protecting the air over here, so we should be safe to get our coal improved. These guys are finishing up the railroads. Let's see. So I want to get a railroad, I think on this lumber mill, probably right here and here, and all along south here. Let me get this this farm rice paddy field improved. I'm trying to help Wuhan be a powerhouse of a city, and they blew up this paddy field earlier. Come on, down south somewhere. Tell you what if we just... Well, I don't want to use a bomber on just one guy. I want to inflict collateral damage, if I can. Well, I don't think we have anywhere we can. So, I guess I'll just have you attack this guy. 21% damage. I don't want to risk 87% odds. Okay, so we're healing up here very nicely. A couple more turns until we're all healed. What do we want to do with our planes? Or we could come and take Guadalcanal, but I feel like we should make a bold move. But of course, if we land on Australia, I don't know if we could really hold it. Because the rest of the continent would be coming to attack us there. We would not be able to hold that. But it would force him to divert resources from in Singapore, which would be what I'm trying to do. Alright, tell you what. Let's, I'm gonna come land and, inflict a whooping on Port Moresby, I think. Because once we take... Well... Yeah, especially because they have a couple of air units here and all these transports. I want to lock these transports in and sink them. Because how expensive are transports? For me at least, they're 300. The Liberty ship, 180. They're even cheaper. Wow. Okay. Well, it'll still hurt them. I think if we sink all these transports. So I'm gonna come down here. All right. Let's hit them here. Let's see about hitting them with our Air Force. Alright. Boom. Boom. I'm not bothering with the transports because I'm gonna be... I haven't had the best luck so far, and I'm gonna be boxing them in. Okay. So let's see. I'm gonna have all my transports, I think, right. Only 74? Okay, not bad. So now they only have... I see this artillery unit. And then a cavalry unit. So they only have 2 more land units. Okay, yeah, let's box them in. So I'm going to keep my battleship. 1 battleship and 3 cruisers and 2 destroyers to protect the transports. I'm going to keep 1 battleship, 2 cruisers, and a destroyer here. These 2 guys I'll keep here. Is that enough? I'll move 1 cruiser here. Okay. This is a bit risky, I suppose. Especially if they decide to hit me with their Air Force. I don't know if they're going to be able to sink anything, but I guess it's a possibility. But let's just go for this. Because we don't have... Well, we're about to have an Air Force. I'm gonna move down some zeros in a second. So skip turn. Yeah, you're all going to skip your turn. And we're going to box in all these transports. And hopefully their Air Force just leaves. Because everyone here in Port Moresby is going to die, basically. I'm going to skip our turn here. I'm trying to select this guy, but it's rough. So 2 cruisers and a destroyer. Yeah. I guess they're a little bit stretched thin, but hey. As for these 2 guys... I'll do a recon here. I guess it's a little too late for that. I'm gonna hit their transport here. Oh, we sunk the transport. How about that? Okay, well, we've had such bad luck sinking transports. I guess there's so like 10% odds that we just outright sink a transport on attacking with an air unit. Air units win games. This game, at least. Okay. Yeah, there's no reason for me to attack him here. I can just, wait him out. He's strength 11 with Gorilla 2 on a fort, on a hill. So, yeah, I'll just wait him out. Okay, we got another worker. All our workers, as you know, are coming down here to the island of Borneo. And 1, 2, 3. If I drop him off here, it's a little bit more secure. I'll just drop him off here. And we're gonna start production of this oil well. And can't get you really anywhere else. I don't trust the fact that there's not any submarines over here, so I'm just gonna have you skip your turn. Alright. These dang British. Healing their cruisers, holding on to Singapore. Yeah. We're gonna sit tight here. So we have oil, so I'm gonna switch production for a lot of these cities here in a moment. Marines, I kind of just will have you come to southern China, I suppose. Right, so I did mention I want to, I think, move down this carrier, just in case, over here to Rabaul. Because this carrier is fully healed. And of course, this zero still needs to heal. But these other two zeros are fully healed. But these 3 zeros will be protecting our fleet here. So let's do that. Skip your turn. As for this paratrooper, I'm gonna come drop you off here to WWII, so we can come and potentially do an airdrop in one of these 2 tiles again. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so all these guys here. Tell you what, this carrier is healing. I want to come do some recon of this island. Okay, it's pretty empty here. Like, we could probably just rush it if we had transports available. Just a GI and an interceptor here. Yeah, no defenses whatsoever. Let's come do a mission on Tarawa. Check them out over here. Let's get a little bit closer. It's empty. Don't know what to do with that information, because we're busy over here in New Guinea. Suppose everyone else. Yeah, the carrier's all healed, so we can kind of branch you out, maybe do some recon. Well, I don't know. We already did a lot of recon missions in this general area. But we can do a few more. Don't know what I'm expecting to find. I don't know what the state of the American fleet at all. Like, I don't know what's going on in Pearl Harbor. I know we've sunk several carriers, but I don't know if they have any carriers left or how many battleships. And yeah, I have zero intelligence on the Americans. That's kind of like, I'd like to get this spy just trained and bring him over to Pearl Harbor again if I can. Let's do a mission on Guadalcanal. Get you, yeah, let's get you a little closer. What are we dealing with here? There's one Liberty ship. Can we try to sink it? The Anti-Aircraft Regiment. They have one flak there. I should have noticed that, but that's okay. 0% damage, and let me guess, 0% damage. Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, whenever you attack a ship, there's like a slight percentage chance, maybe 10% give or take, that you just outright sink it. And I think other than that small percentage, I do not seem to be able to just sink Liberty ships or any ships in harbor. So it's whatever. A couple more turns healing. This carrier is needs a little bit more healing, so I'm just gonna not send you out on a mission or anything. All right, bomber. Oh, you have an incredibly far range. I could probably move you, like, over here, if I wanted to to like one of these cities. Maybe. What's your range? 26 is incredible. This guy is 17, a little bit smaller. With this guy with 17 range, I'm going to be positioning you here on this island here. Yeah, this garrison. As for you, well, we're coming up on Burma soon. I have a feeling we're going to be able to walk all over here. Looks like he's trying to come reinforce the Chinese. But with our huge stack here, our huge stack here, and this other huge stack, like, he's in for a nasty surprise. We got to heal you. Yeah, let's get you healed or exploring over here. I just got to keep these battleships. I could come over here. What's your movement? 22. We're not doing anything with these particular guys. Can I finish off this guy? Probably not. Yeah, we can hurt him. And we can just come back over here. That's the best we can do. You got a couple fighters on you. You can just... I think our fighters here, our carriers here, are kind of just going to be playing defensive for a while. Yeah. Skip your turn. Skip your turn. Skip your turn. Okay. So there was, I thought I wrote down on a note what we were building in a lot of these cities. I might have deleted that. Oil situation. So Shanghai definitely was my, as an aircraft carrier, or not, an aircraft factory. So we are going to continue constructing zeros, because we all know how important zeros are. Yeah, I guess we got a few turns until we can train the next iteration of zero. So I'm just going to hit you on that. We made a shell plant, which unfortunately gave us a bit of unhealthiness. Let's maybe take over this tile so we don't starve to death. Do I bother making a supermarket? Wow, that's... 1 food and 6 health. I don't know. I mean, I guess we can go ahead and make this real quick. So I don't want to starve. And we do need a little bit more food in the city. So I'm going to put a farm on this tile for irrigation. Maybe put a workshop there. Yeah, in the meantime, let's get a supermarket. I hate making supermarkets when I should be training military units, but hey. Nagasaki. We were training zeros here. Yeah, there we go. See, look at that. It's 115 hammers out of 180. So let's go ahead and finish that production. Tokyo was making the Yamato battleship, of course. So let's resume construction. You can see we put in 689 hammers. Let's switch all these spies over to engineers. Let's get the hammers back in action. This is a new city. We just expand our culture here. Not a ton of hammers going on here. But with this quarry, maybe we can make a barracks and just have us train garrisons. Yeah. We'll do that. Got that whale. Good. I said do something with this city. Let's, okay, let's start training up garrison. Yeah, wealth. Alright, oil situation. So Sapporo and Kushiro were also training some transports. So let's finish that transport 3 turns. Let's finish that transport in 3 turns. Sendai, of course, our Hammer King city, was making an aircraft carrier. I would really like to finish West Point, but I do not know if we're going to lose oil again here in the next few turns. So, in the meantime, let's continue construction of the carrier, and as I get to maybe 1 turn to go, I can maybe finish up West Point real quick. Osaka was making a carrier. I guess we can finish this marine because it's only got 32 more hammers. And after that, we will resume production of our carrier. We're at the happiness cap here, aren't we? The happiness cap here. Huh, we need more happiness resources. Pyongyang was making a Type 95 tank. 3 turns on the tank. Let's go ahead and start the production of that tank. It looks like that's all of our oil situations kind of rectified. Okay, well, at least we're going to train another 0. And I wish we had transports coming out faster. And I do need a whole lot more cruisers. I think cruisers. 1,200 hammers as opposed to the Gato class 2,600. So a bit less than half. Yeah, we just need to bump up our Navy for the Pacific. Anyways, I'll bump up research to 80% for the remainder of the Golden Age, I think. We can run a bit of a deficit for a little bit. Hopefully, well, maybe next turn I will have this bomber kind of hit this garrison. I can have an aircraft carrier with dive bombers come down here, hit Kopeng, and maybe we can land over here in a couple turns and take this. This still remains a risky gambit, but I do not think that there is any navy that can hit me over here. Famous last words, right? I just see the British Navy seems to be preoccupied in Singapore. The American Navy, I'm assuming, is at least pulled back to Pearl Harbor. Yeah. So we'll see how this plays. And we did sink a transport here. Hopefully next turn we can sink a lot more transports here. All right. Anything else to take care of? I don't think so. I was really upset that I, this is just embarrassing. But we have several infantry here ready to go on the offensive. I'm just going to move these 2 guys up here, keep you here. So when our transports come back over here, we'll just swap out the garrison, and hopefully we can come back and they haven't rearm the Aleutian Islands. I guess I could keep them together. Yeah, because I want to be taking the Aleutian Islands together, so I'll keep them together. Next turn, I'm just trying to get out of there. That was embarrassing. Garrisons cannot take cities. Now I know. I probably should have looked into that first. Well, aircraft plant coming online here. This is a good city. Wow. A lot of these Chinese cities are actually really good because they're all on rivers. Yeah, okay, like, once we, like, capture these Chinese cities, not only do we knock China out of the war, excuse me, I didn't mean to leave this closed the whole game. Not only do we knock China out of the war, but we also get some fairly productive cities. And not to mention, a fair amount of, resources for our corporations as well. Help and boost our production, commerce, and science. And we were discussing with, I was discussing with my adversary about if I want to, if it was like against like the spirit of the game if I knock out China completely. So, like, I don't know, we're still discussing that. So, I might just take, like, basically all these Chinese cities over here. And, maybe kind of just, like, leave these 3 cities. So, I don't know, just to keep, like, the cultural conflict going and all that. And then hopefully maybe I can finally turn on the, the communist Chinese over here. So, yeah. Oh, we need to heal here. Damn. Yeah. I didn't realize how hurt they were. I'm gonna have them just heal at least one more turn. They might just blow up this coal mine I just built, but easy come, easy go. Let me is there a flak nearby I can bring in? I don't know if there is. I suppose there's not. Alright, there was, but I moved them away. So, my bad. Okay. Connecting these cities with railroad. Railroad over here on the southern coast. But, yeah. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for this turn. Really upset about the Malay position, but as far as I can tell, he's made himself a fortress here. I just gotta attack elsewhere. That's why I'm moving my army into position to attack Burma, because he's not really well defended over here. And that's why I'm moving into position to attack Port Moresby, maybe even Australia. I'm just gonna try to ignore the British here in Singapore. Yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Late June 1942. And my deadline for Midway is early July, so that quest will not come to pass. But that's okay, because as I mentioned before, I would just get like a single carrier with like a capacity of 1 or 2. Like, not that great. I'd have to be putting a lot of things at risk. Anyways, hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.